Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to the Culinary Wheel Challenge. Now today's the announcement episode for our new series that we'll be releasing next week. And I'm not going to do that just at the start of the video. I'm going to save that for the very end of the video. So make sure you guys stay tuned and watch the whole entire video throughout. Anyways, nonetheless, the new country that we're going to be replacing Japan with was Belgium. I allowed Twitch chat to follow because we finally hit affiliates. I was like, okay, whoever donates bits first will get to pick the next country. And Blanchard won, so he chose Belgium. So that's going to be replacing Japan on number 6. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to dive right into the wheel spin. All right, wheel spin. List of the countries right over here. What each number represents. All right, are we good to go? Yes, we are. All right, let's spin. Like always, hoping for any country. I don't mind. I'm super excited with whatever we get. It's going to be a learning experience anyway. It's going to be fun. It's going to be delicious, hopefully. Number 14. 14, Canadian food. Ooh, that's interesting. I live in Canada, so I'm going to have to try find something exciting and something fun to cook. But yeah, I'll go into planning afterwards. But before that, we have to jump into our budget. Right over here is our budget, what each number represents in terms of, I guess, monetary value. And we're going to go into a quick spin. I honestly can't really think of anything too bad in terms of budget. I think it's pretty open again, which is quite nice with this cuisine. Number 3, working with a $10 budget. Ooh, okay, $10 budget, Canada on $10 budget. We will make sure it works. We will make sure we stay on the budget. We'll make sure hopefully we make something, exciting on that. I'm gonna do some research and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back from Walmart this time. And for today's $10 episode, which I believe is the smallest budget we've had so far in this episode. So it's honestly not too much to work with, but luckily the 2 dishes we're doing are not too budget heavy. We're gonna be making 2 things. Well, I guess 1 dish and a drink. Now, Canada, the first thing you think of is poutine, right? And that's exactly what we'll be making. And honestly, since I've arrived in Canada, I think I've had poutine only once. Obviously, lockdown doesn't help. But yeah, I'm really excited to be making my own. So we'll be making a smoked bacon poutine. And we're gonna be also making what we call here a Bloody Caesar. Now, it's a drink that I've never personally had, but it's a cocktail with vodka base, I believe. And that's super popularized in Canada. So I'll definitely be, hopefully, giving a good rendition of it. And yeah, I'm gonna quickly move into the budget right over here. This will be calculated off camera, but just to save time. All right, and then we're gonna give you guys a quick overview of what we need for the poutine first. All right, everybody, this is what you'll be needing for the poutine and the gravy. So we're gonna be using smoked bacon, russet potatoes, our cheese curds, or if you can't find cheese curds, maybe in the form of mozzarella. We have chicken broth. Now this, I have roughly 300 milliliters, and then beef broth, I have 300 milliliters. We have unsalted butter, all-purpose flour, cornstarch, and pepper. I'm going to list the specific weightings right over here. All right, and we're going to get out the measurements. All right, everybody, first step for our gravy. Melt our butter on a medium heat. You're going to continuously add a little bit of flour, and once you add the flour, make sure you're whisking continuously, roughly for about 5 minutes until you get a nice golden mixture. All right, so it's been around 5 minutes. So now I'm going to just quickly, as you guys can see, nice golden brown color. We're gonna add both our beef stock and our chicken broth. Now we're gonna add our beef stock. Ooh. Yeah, I had to transfer to a bigger pot simply because my frying pan was just not big enough for my saucepan. So now, what you wanna do, you wanna bring this back to a boil. So high heat, and mix continuously again. And then once it's on a high heat, you want to add half your cornstarch. And then you're going to essentially keep mixing continuously. And you're going to basically just look for the consistency that you desire. If you want a thicker consistency, then add a little bit more and more cornstarch slowly. But make sure you're continuously whisking because you don't want clumps of cornstarch. And once you found the texture that you like, make sure you season it with pepper, salt, or anything you would like. And then you just leave it on the side and it should be good. Ready to wait for our poutine. Alright, so I transferred it to a different pot just to split the proportions. That's the oven ready for our fries, 450. So now I'm gonna add the cornstarch, which I've diluted with a little bit of cold water in, and really simple. You keep it on a medium heat, and you keep stirring until you have the consistency that you are happy with. Once you have the consistency that you like, you simply stop and let it cool down, because then it'll just stay at that consistency. And then right before the fries are ready to go, we can reheat this gravy to serve. All right, so our gravy is done. Now I just cut up my potatoes, probably about 2 centimeters thick. Not even actually 1 centimeter thick, really. And I'm gonna be seasoning it with onion powder, a little bit of paprika, a touch of salt, and vegetable oil. Now you're just gonna toss these before we put them on a sheet pan in a 450-degree oven. And then after that, you just have to put them 15 minutes on one side, then 15 minutes on the other, and they should be perfectly golden brown. All right, so our fries have just been seasoned and they're put on a tray, ready to go into the oven. Make sure they're all in one layer and flat. Now, I also used a little bit of herbe de Provence. This simply has, let's see where the English one is, right here. Rosemary, whatever marjoram is, savory oregano, thyme, tarragon, and dehydrated lavender. Now, this honestly smells amazing. I'm ready to put these 15 minutes on one side, take them out probably around 10-15 minutes, turn them, and then another 10-15 minutes, and they should be hopefully, golden brown. The bacon's been on for probably about 3 minutes on a medium-high heat. I'm trying to get it very crisp because I want that nice texture from the, almost like, the gravy itself is gonna naturally make it a little more mushy, so this crispy bacon will create a nice texture. We got about 2 minutes left on our fries, and we'll take them out and we'll flip them. Okay, so our fries are done their first sitting. Now we're simply gonna turn them over for about 15 minutes. I already turned them over so you guys can see there's a little bit of coloration on a few of these. And we're gonna toss these back into the oven for about 15 minutes. All right, so the bacon's done. I finally just roughly chopped it. I also chopped a little bit of green onion just for topping later on. I might put on a little bit of our red radish just to see, depending on the color, we'll see how it looks like. Otherwise, I wanna keep it like the flavor profile neutral. And then we got our cheese curds here, which we're gonna be using, and which we're gonna melt these under the hot gravy. Alrighty, now for our bloody Caesar, this is exactly what you'll be needing. We're gonna be using vodka, Clamato, which is essentially a tomato, almost like spiced tomato drink. We have also the tomato spiced rim that we're gonna be using around our jug, I guess, here. Now, you can also use celery salt and just mix a couple more spices. I'll tell you exactly what's inside these. I'll list them a little bit right over here quickly. All right, these are the rough ingredients within this. We're gonna be also using Worcestershire sauce and Tabasco. And we're gonna top it off with ice cube and a celery stalk, which we're gonna put right at the top for garnish. All you have to do is simply put all these following measurements right over here into there, and then you'll be good to go. And there you go. The bloody Caesar is done. Smells amazing. I'm gonna quickly just leave this in the fridge while we go deal with our fries that are just about done in the oven. And our fries are now out of the oven and they look amazing, nice and golden brown. While they're warm, I'm gonna quickly get ready for the plating. We got all of our things right over here. We got our gravy that's just heating up to temperature, and we'll be ready to plate. Alright everybody, finally the taste test. It's been honestly super difficult to not get tempted into digging into this because this just looks and smells absolutely amazing. Now the first thing I'm gonna try is this drink. Now I've had a Bloody Mary, it's pretty similar, but I've never tried the Bloody Caesar. Let's see what it's called here. Oh wow, okay. Now, I've had it before with a tomato juice and celery salt, but never with an extra touch of Tabasco and what's the other thing that we put? Worcestershire sauce. Now, it gives a quite, I feel like this is the type of drink that you'll either love or hate. I personally really enjoy it. It's something very different, something very refreshing. It could be drank honestly yearly round. If you feel like it in the summer, in the winter, I feel like it would warm you up in the winter, and in the summer it would spice you up. So I'm gonna give it probably a 7.5. Solid drink. If you'll love it or you hate it. I genuinely consider, you guys make it once. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know, and you guys go see that. It's really hard to sit on the fence with this. Now, for the poutine itself, there's a lot of different ways you can do poutine. Obviously, there's the standard one. This is more towards the side of a standard poutine, but I've looked up and researched a lot of different variations that I would be really intrigued to try. Now, if you want to see this potentially as the second series, just saying, just let me know down below. But yeah, we tried to go with a little more, I guess, traditional a very popularized dish in Quebec. That's good. It's really good. Very hearty meal. I'm gonna struggle to even finish all of this, but like honestly, super delicious. Yeah. Everybody, let me know in the comments if you've ever tried poutine, maybe where you've tried it, whether it's Canada or abroad, and maybe what type of variations you guys like. I might make it a series. You know what? I'll keep that in mind. We're not limited to just 2 series. We make one main series, which is the Culinary Wheel Challenge, and then we'll create a bunch of different like alternating series that we'll do to, you know, freshen up the channel. So if you guys have any ideas, make sure you guys always drop it in the comments, because I will look at all of them and they will literally potentially make the channel. Now we're gonna quickly jump into next week's surprise episode. Before that, I gotta give this a rating. Completely forgot, my bad. I'm gonna give this a solid, like just off the top of my head, I can already think of variations to make it even more exciting, but I'm gonna have to give it a solid 8.5. I think 8.5 is a very fair grade for a homemade traditional poutine. Super happy, and yeah, I think it's a fair grade. I would definitely recommend you guys try it at home, whether it's the traditional one or if you want to spice it up with, let's say, the type of seasonal foods, or like the type of spices or vegetables. You could do it with sweet potato, for example, or different proteins even. You can go with shredded chicken, pork. There's just so many variations. You can go even an upper class one with like actual steak on it. Now that was something I was considering. Had I not made this drink, I would have made it with a steak and made it a little upper class poutine. But oh well, super fun dish. I'm gonna go enjoy this off camera. Solid 8.5, and I believe we said 7. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hope you guys are gonna be excited about what I have to say next. Alright everybody, the moment that many of you have been waiting for, the next series we're gonna be doing, I actually haven't decided. I'm leaving it up to you. I got 2 ideas. You guys have to let me know whether you prefer option A or option B. So first of all, do your normal comments like you always would, whether it's advice on, or like, you know, suggestions and everything, and then add in brackets at the end of your comments A or B. Now for option A, I'm not sure of the name yet of the series. Do let me know if you guys can think of an interesting name. It's gonna be my viewers pick a recipe and I make it. Now, I'm not gonna add a twist. It can be as weird of a recipe as you guys want, or let's say something that's trending right now on either TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything. Send it to me, and I'll just pick, you know, randomly one of the best recipes. Now, option B is that we choose a random selected product. This could be a soft drink, a form of chips, either like a can of soda, what else? Like a candy. I could even maybe venture it into like a form of like maybe burgers, chicken wings, hot dogs, but we take it from, let's say, 8 or maybe 10 different places, and then we essentially build a tournament, and then we see which one makes it to the end. An elimination sort of tournament, which could be really fun. That's option B, and I'm gonna build up to see what we think is the best, I guess, of that kind. So for example, the best soda could be blah blah blah. I think those could be 2 really fun episodes. Let me know which one you guys wanna see first, and whichever one has more votes. Option A, the viewer pick my recipe, or option B, the tournament of the best type of food wins. And make sure you guys drop the names. We're gonna use the name of, let's say, the one I find the most interesting, especially in the comments. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. See you guys next time.